everybody, and welcome to the Laws of Community for this week, the self love.
Yes, good evening and welcome. I'm Hanna Sumrall, as always. And this
And I
is
am Raymond.
No, you're my lovely co-host, Ron.
Oh, okay.
This is my
Only
week.
these. Yep. Actually, you kind of co-host, or you kind of have me co-host on another week as well. So I mean, we do it pretty mutual, half and
Oh
half.
yeah.
Oh, you
You
want me to do it 3/4 of the time? I see how it is. But anyways,
I
hi
just don't
everybody.
know
We're
what you're
just we're
referring to.
just joking.
Always host. You always interview. I get the self-love one. See, that's my self-love to myself. Is I get the self-love episodes.
Okay.
I mean, and we've had so much going on lately. We have to give each other some kind of heck.
Yep. You hear that, guys? Giving me so much heck. But anyways, so today we are actually going to have a pretty nice um, talk on what we can do for ourselves and for others to kind of just spread a visual way to really, or even you know something from the soul. It's not necessarily visual, because this one thing that helps with self-love, what is it, Hannah? What
Art.
is it we're talking on? Art can come in all different forms, as we know. Take it away. What does art mean to you?
To me,
To you, for
um,
self-love.
it
I guess I got to
means
point this way. I point it that way.
it's whatever. It means expressing myself and, like we were discussing earlier, being with myself, because I definitely don't do that enough. I almost like so anyone that is in like the mystical community will get what I mean when I say this, but you can also look it up. I feel like art for me is my personal shadow work. Like I'm really bad at doing handwritten shadow work, so it's a great way for me to express and like let that shadow self out and like actually at like kind of um what is the word I'm looking for, kind of face it as well, like literally put it in front of my face. And
Kind of like your battle in the dark arts, but
yeah, well, and
hi
like I like that because it hi, thank you for joining
Lisa,
us,
thank you for
Lisa.
joining.
And thank you to all the live viewers that we have on the Oasis
Yeah.
Fundamentals
Oh
page
wow.
and the
Yeah,
Laws
there's
of
four
Life
different
page.
people on already. Thank you guys.
Yes, everyone's here, and I'm trying to
Hmm.
post it on mine, so that
I
way, there we
I
go.
shared it on
Perfect.
mine.
So yeah,
But
we are so happy to have all of our viewers. We love you guys. But
absolutely.
what I was going to mention is my piece that Yari has already claimed his stake over, and that's my Winds of Change piece. And I mean, I could pull it out; it's right here, but I probably can't. But it's so much emotion. Like I didn't even realize it until I thought about it. It's all of my emotions coming out and being present and
Hmm.
like clearing my own self. So that way, that is my self love. Is I kind of go and get it out and done. Don't have to worry about it anymore. I mean, that that should be what I do, but I'm not always the best at it. I'll admit that.
And I totally feel you on that one, because that's like with me and my painting that I did, my little oil pastel painting that I did for Johnny, that he bought off of me. I didn't even have a title for it. I didn't even have a title for my book or anything. But that painting, because I couldn't finish my sky for the life of me for days on end. I had done the whole rest of it, and I couldn't get myself to just finish the sky. I just couldn't do it for some reason. It took me like a whole week in order to finish it. And once I did, I told Johnny, and I took a picture of it and was like, "Hey, I painted my sky." And he's like, "That should be the title of your book. I painted my sky." You know, it's it's so magnificent. It's beautiful because it's something that it took you a while to really get it out there, and you're working on yourself internally, and then finally you had that thing that just clicked, and that what Tony Robbins said last night while we were listening to him, that breakthrough, that moment that was just, and it really opened my eyes. And that's something like Jim Carrey, for instance, amazing actor, and so many people thought he was going crazy for a while, but it was because he was really looking for himself, and he decided to disappear from Hollywood for a moment and just focus on his paintings, focus on his artwork, and he's become one of the most magnificent artists that are known. Thank you, Yari, for being
Yes,
here. We love you too.
Yari, thank you so much for joining us. I was
Um,
just talking
so,
about winds of change before Ron was talking.
so like art really does do a number on people. It really helps. So
And
I'm
it
gonna
builds
I'm gonna let
community.
oh it builds a lot of community. I mean, the reason why I even like art or like painting today, the only reason I can really think back and think, other than like my brother, who's in my mind the greatest artist in my life that I've ever met, just because he can do like almost everything,
Hi,
hands
Mom.
down. But like I I'd say it's because there was this one moment that I had as a kid, where uh, my stepmom Krista, her grandma took us out to go and learn some watercoloring, some painting from this older gentleman who, he kind of taught us, kind of like how Bob Ross would teach. He just would sit down and hey, look at this painting of the mountain, and you got to do it with this stroke, and have the happy little smiles kind of thing. It was that
Happy
energy,
trees.
and it was the happy little trees. Like the way that I remember learning from this guy, it was like sitting with Bob Ross. So that right there. Wow, I'm actually getting
That's awesome.
emotional right now,
All
just
right, all right.
thinking about her. But anyways, that it really does a number on people. So
I mean, that you just proved it by just slightly
yeah,
getting emotional.
I'm about, like, I have tears coming out of my eyes, and I mean, it's a beautiful memory
Oh,
because I haven't seen it. She passed away years ago, my stepmom's grandma. So I mean, and I had so many trips with her as a kid. So um, so many beautiful
well,
road trips, and that was one of them. So yeah.
thank you for
But anyways,
sharing.
thank you for letting me share. But yeah, I'm gonna let you take it away now and bring our guest in, our honorable guest, today, who will be talking with you about self love and how art can help.
Alrighty, so I am gonna put her brand up here and try to pronounce her name. I bet I can do it, but if I get it wrong, I'm so sorry. So today we have Soli Dina. Dina Ziskin Fortune, I believe, is how you say it. She can tell me if I said it wrong. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you did. You did great. You did great.
Yes.
It can be a tongue twister, you know. So no, you did great. Thank you. And I just only recently displayed that new branding piece, so it's nice to like set it
I
in stone.
really I really, really like it. That's why I was like, I'm gonna go grab it and I'm gonna put it on here. And then it's a nice transition anyways. So
Yeah,
but
I actually had help with it. So, but I wanted a circle in there. And so, but yeah, no, I got help from it with my friend slash mentor, who helped me clean up the original version and make it more like more me, more, more
wow.
true to me. So another aspect of me that's more soft.
That's beautiful. Well, we don't like I always like to say we can't do anything alone. So
It's true. It's really, really true. And we were starting to talk about that earlier. I mean, there are certain things that you do alone, and then you can bring people into it,
like
and
art.
like art, right? Great segue, right? But
Exactly.
I know. Well, I'm like, listen, I'm used to interviewing, so I'm like reminding myself I'm not the interviewer. I'm but interviewing takes two or more. So, but anyway.
Yes, 100%. You're definitely right. And I did want to point out for all of our viewers your actual title because I absolutely love everything that you do. So Dina found me because I have my crystal dragon illumination and she works with dragons, but she is a spiritual mentor, a light language, light body activator, an intuitive painter, and a dragon Reiki master. Whew, that's a lot. That's
Yeah,
a lot.
the thing is that I did the dragon Reiki master part. I weave that in with the light language. So,
Wow.
and I have a little bit of caveat with that because I went through the learning to be dragon Reiki master. However, I haven't been it's more like an energy and a modality that I weave into the other stuff that I do. So it's not like really a separate thing. It's more like woven into the other things that I do.
Wow. I
If that-
absolutely love that. Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
yeah.
And I mean, I feel like I would be dishonoring if I didn't mention the dragons because that's
I appreciate it.
obviously what brought us together. Brought
Yeah,
us
it is.
together.
The dragons are, I swear, the dragons, like my personal, dragons at large, the dragons that are, the benevolent, all loving creator dragons that are our guides brought us together for sure.
Yeah. And just to like kind of give our viewers like because I know we have a lot of people that don't probably understand what we're talking about right now, but it's kind of it's like you would talk to your ancestral spirits or like an animal that you love that passed away. The dragons are they are a spirit that you can spiritually connect with, and that I mean that kind of basically sums it up in a short manner, right, Dina? When you say
Yes, I would say that there's like, they're like an angel in
wow,
a different form. You know what I
mm,
mean?
I
Um,
love that.
yeah, like they're yeah, that's how I see them. And then I also see them as, we all have so many different lifetimes, that there's so many different aspects of ourselves that have lived in different lifetimes, that there are many of us that have had a lifetime, in my belief, as in some connection with dragons and in a time where there were dragons that are living that we connected with and lived and cohabitated and lived with and
Wow,
co-created with.
I like
So
that.
yeah. So kind of, it's a beautiful thing. And it brings back to self-love
Yes.
because that journey, the dragon journey, coincides with the self-love journey.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's a perfect segue too. I mean, whatever you want to start just speaking on, you're more than welcome to share.
Well, the thing is that I've been creating art for a long time, and we started the question what art has been a modality of self love for me,
Mm.
and when I am creating, I'm channeling, connecting with other aspects of myself to create the art. It's also a practice of acknowledging and sensing and trusting myself, and the trusting of myself is a form of love, and then so it's like the time of creating art, there's so many things that you're letting go of, you know
Mm.
and and coming into connection with yourself, where I started to feel all these different other energies around me, and one of them was dragons. And
Wow.
so
That's
yeah.
that's wow. Like I'm speechless because I haven't heard the story in that manner, and you just said it so beautifully. And I feel like we should definitely segue to the most gorgeous art that you have behind you, and I'm like 90% sure it's yours, right?
Yes.
Yes. So why don't you tell us about those and like how, like what's your thing? What do you do? Like give us just a little bit of insight.
Okay, well, what I do, well, okay, so which one first? So this one came at a time when I was really working with butterfly energy, and I was just really in a joyful place, and there's like the heart in here, and I just like really like let myself go. I just really let myself go, let myself play and have fun and experiment. And this one was a dragon. This one was we're working with the dragon energy and the Kuan Yin energy. I set more intention with that to bring in the Kuan Yin energy. And then I wound up looking more like dragon or angelic like. And this one was another one where I set the intention to bring in this Kuan Yin energy. But what happened was I wound up bringing through this the lotus and the diamonds and all this different energy and like divine feminine energy. And so
Wow.
each painting, it's like another experience. It's another opportunity to go inward and let go, and like some paintings that were a process of forgiveness. And sometimes a lot of times, not all the time, but many of the times I meditate before, and then a lot of times I'm meditating during. So like the art is the meditation.
I
So
agree with Yari. You're great. You're a great guest, and you have very beautiful art.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And it's my form of communication. And
Wow.
I know that I can go on and on forever, but it's like a form, like you were saying earlier, it's like this way of allowing other aspects of yourself to be seen. It's this way of like really fully opening up and being able to see what's within you on paper or canvas or what have you, allowing yourself to see yourself and express yourself. And then when you meditate on the painting, you're like, whoa, like that came out of me. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? Like, and there's all this like joy of that process of spending the time sitting with yourself, being in that state, being in the flow state. And then when you come out of it and you're like, whoa, like I did
Yeah.
that, and there's so much joy in that. Like that listening to yourself, that allowing yourself, yes. And oh, thank you. And truly I agree. Like a lot of the art in the beginning was shadow work, I would say, and then it went to light work. So there's like the shadow work art, and then there's like the light work art. And then there's like the sacred art. Like there's so much different types of art. Like, and I feel like it comes back to the intention of why are you going to do it? Are you going to it because you're going to heal? And that was part of my journey 4 or 5 years ago, Hannah. If you want to hear that, that's kind of like what brought us to here now, was not so much like me as a kid, but more like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and I totally feel that. And I did want to mention like because we had talked about how because we did just say art, we didn't say painting. And like we were like, wait, but there's other forms of art. Like, you could do sculptures, you could do like we make candles for my business sometimes, and like different herb things. So like I call that art. But you mentioned even dancing and stuff. So, but yeah, definitely whatever you want to speak on. Sorry, I just remembered that. I was like, wait, there's more than just painting.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, this is a conversation, and I was just like kind of take over sometimes. But yeah, there's so many different forms of art, and between the sculpture and you had pulled up a definition of art. I mean, there's like an art of conversation. There's the art of forgiveness. There's the art of letting go. I mean, art has so much. There's so much.
Dynamic, like dimension. So many
There's
dimensions.
so much dimension to it, and I literally once okay, so let me just rewind you to about 4 years ago. I lose track of time sometimes. It was
I feel that.
times ago, 4 years ago, pre the thing that came into the world. Okay.
Ye should not be named.
That thing that shall not be named. I had taken a long break from making any kind of art, other than like a sporadic, painting on wine glasses or making a little jewelry but I was making jewelry for a little while, but I had taken a long break. And then I got to a point in my life where I was not really experiencing a lot of joy. I was so focused on making money. And then I was really like having to come back to like trying to do it on online business and with network marketing. And I had a coach and he said, "What brings you joy?" Anyway, so to this story, I said, okay, well, making art brings me joy. And then so I sat there and I started writing again in automatic writing. And I came up with this guidance, inspiration to start making art for the intention of healing. And how can I use art for the intention of healing my mind, healing things within myself, healing from pain, healing from the way that I view myself, and then wanting to then teach others how to create art with the intention of art being a healing tool.
Wow.
So that's what happened. And I started to get all these ideas. It was just like pouring in. And then butterflies. That's where the butterflies started to really be the focal point, because it was all about transformation and starting to see people a different way. And that's what brought me to mask. I got really into mask making and the idea of like theater and mask making and the weaving of the different arts. And then you got the weaving of the healing arts and then the connecting all the dots. So it's like nothing is really separate.
No.
And that's what it is.
Well, and we need other people, obviously. Like you said, you need other people to kind of almost bring that out in you. And that's, or your paintings also bring things out in other people. Like we went to the Global Vision Conference, and Caroline Pina's, she had her kids there, and they were just so like entranced by all of the art that we had, and kept going on and on. And like I told them, I was like, you guys, like even if you don't purchase a piece of art, which they did, just to, it was so cute. They wanted to share one. I was like, no, just get two so you can each have your own. But I told him, I was like, just your words, just you telling me how it makes you feel, and like I'm about to tear up just thinking about it, because it was so precious, and it was so innocent, it was so real too. And like all of these great amazing words came out of their mouths, and like that's the beauty of art, and sharing it with others, whether it is painting or whether it is dancing. I know I have a couple of friends that post when they go to Zumba class and stuff, and that is their art. That's where they jive. Like I think it's just whatever, and we can go into like any kind of tips that you have for self-love, but I think that's the biggest thing, is just whatever you feel. If you feel like talking about someone's art or dancing, I mean, that's in my opinion, whatever you feel.
Yeah, well, I dance too, and I have a lot of it on my YouTube, but and I feel like it's an engagement. It's like, here I am, whether it's dance or painting or sculpture or crocheting or whatever. It's like,
Ooh,
here
yes.
here's a piece of me, and
Wow.
I'm showing this to you, and I want to share this with you. And then that other person is able to see, sense, whatever, and then they feel into it and express that. Like, that in itself is just such a
Community builder.
yeah, it's community building. And then you have more and more, and it builds on that. And then it brings me to, like, so many of the ideas I've had about bringing people together to create art together. And I do feel like there are three forms of art that I can think of right now that really bring people together. That's food,
Ooh, yes. Ooh.
art, and music.
Ooh,
And I know
food
there's
though.
others, but like the three that are coming to me right now is food, art, and food is, I mean, there is the culinary art, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that
Totally.
that creation and people coming together to consume and bring in something
Man,
that was created, right?
yeah, I love my charcuterie boards is all I was gonna say. And I always like to like even if it's a paper plate, I like lay it out. I'm like, it's so pretty.
Oh, Alaska. Oh, where can you buy my art? Well, you can go to my coffee shop, which is in my link tree, and which I feel you posted, right? And you can
Yeah,
also
the link
contact
tree.
me via Facebook too. And I'm still working on getting all my art there, but I have a website it's a coffee tree, a coffee shop where I've been putting my art up there, and not as quickly or steadily as I like, but however,
I
that's
feel that.
doing it. But tips, you were asking me about tips, right?
Yeah,
Um,
sure. If you had any, I mean, I feel like I feel like all of it's been tips for people
oh,
too.
well, thank you. Well, Alaska, you should display in the comments. Okay, thank you. Yes, exactly. Where can you? Oh, can you? Oh, she already did. Yes. So in my link tree is my coffee shop.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll try to send it to her right now.
Here's the thing. I have like these words that I wrote here, and for self-love.
Oh,
And
awesome.
when it comes to art, and it's about using art as a way to be free of judgment, to really let yourself go, that when you go to create art, whether it be to, like, maybe it's just like to let out anger, let out stress, let out thank you, letting, and then it's going into, you can use art to celebrate something. You can use the art to channel what your heart wants to communicate to you. You can use art as a way, like, to express what you want to share with someone about how you feel about yourself. I mean, there's so many ways, but I feel like the biggest things is to really acknowledge yourself, acknowledge who you are, and you know what you came here to be is a human person, a spiritual being in a human body having an experience. So if you can look at the art as a way of playing and letting go and freeing yourself from the things that make you feel ugh, that is a way of giving yourself love, is by listening to yourself, trusting yourself, believing in yourself, honoring yourself, celebrating yourself, centering yourself, forgiving yourself, and for all the things you feel like you need to be forgiven for. And then you can also use the art as a way of capturing epiphanies.
Ooh, I like that
Yeah,
one. I've never thought of that one.
and it doesn't it's this is not about creating art that people judge. This is about you
Hmm.
allowing yourself the freedom to express yourself, that what you create and bring to the table is worthy, is beautiful, it is good, it is love, because you are made of love. And then you take that and you share that with other people, and you bring people together, and then you
Yeah.
build on that.
Wow. Well, and I think I definitely want to let you go soon because I know you got to get to your beautiful sound healing. I'm so excited for you to be doing
Thank
that.
you.
But I wanted to make sure that we let everyone know about your event that's coming
Oh,
up.
yes. Yes. Thank you. Well, I have a few events, but the most immediate event is that is this Sunday. Oh, it's really this Sunday. That has the old date on it. Oopsie.
Oh,
But it's
whoops.
okay. No, don't worry about it. It's if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see the link, and there's also a link to where you can just if you want to register for it, it's it's only $55, and we also have a Eventbrite up for it as well. But what we're going to be doing in here is going into a sacred portal to and doing some clearing, doing some channeling, and it's going to be a space for those that really want to connect with that which they want to create and bring into their year. It's going to be like a beautiful space, and my other friend Hanna and I will be channeling channeling frequencies with intention to clear blocks, to clear any resistance to that which you want to bring in. And then that painting that you make is going to be like an anchor to bring in the energy that you are like aligning to. So
Wow. Wow. Well, it definitely sounds powerful, and we will be at a market, the Gobble Market in Lubbock on Saturday, and I'm really hoping that I can earn enough money to get my
yes,
ticket and attend.
yes, yes.
So,
I'm sending those vibes that it will happen. It will happen.
well, and I just wanted to let you know, like I've just been like just receiving, like you're just a blessing to have you on today. Thank you so much for joining me. And I just, like, if I was just sitting here with my eyes closed, like I'm just receiving and honoring you and honoring our space and everything. And but at that same time, I do want to honor your time
Oh,
and
thank
let you
you. I appreciate
get back
that.
to.
Yes, thank you. So I guess if anyone wants to connect with me, they can hit me up via my link tree. There's a Calendly app, and I have like a 20-minute get to know you complimentary call.
Awesome.
So there's that in there too. So thank you so much for having
Awesome.
me. I feel so honored and grateful, and I look forward to connecting with both of you more.
Thank you. Of
Absolutely.
course. We'll talk
Thank
soon.
you for
Thanks,
being
Dina.
here.
Thank you to all who tuned in too.
Yeah. Oh, that was a little soon. Sorry about
We're
that,
never
Dina.
perfect.
But yeah,
Sorry.
we're
It's
oh,
okay.
there we
I
go.
got it. It's fine. It's all good.
Well, thank you again. And it was a beautiful talk. And, I definitely, uh, just sitting in the background here, and I definitely, got a lot out of it. So I really appreciate you being here, once again.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
All right.
alrighty. I guess I'll let you
I don't know
talk
why,
since.
but
Oh,
I was gonna say I don't know why. I guess this segment, it's because just art has been such a big part of my life without really thinking about it.
yeah.
And a lot
You
of
don't notice it.
my biggest role models in life have been artists of all different sorts. I mean, I was in the kitchen all the time with my stepmom. I ended up taking culinary arts classes in high school because of it. I my brother, like I was mentioning earlier, one of the greatest artists I'd say he's the greatest artist I've ever met in my life, personally. And it's because he does everything from every aspect. And as a kid, I would always, kids trace over other people's pictures and stuff, but I, you know, I wouldn't do that with my brothers. I would look at his picture and I would set paper next to it and I would try to do mine as good as his. And he was what I pushed myself towards. And so it really, anytime I sit down and write lyrics and poetry, that's what makes me feel the most alive and the most free. And when I do parkour, which is the art of motion, it's
Yeah.
all art, and it's all freeing it, and it definitely brings so many people together. I mean,
Yeah.
it,
Well, and
it's
I
it's
I feel like we forgot the art of writing as well, almost because
yeah.
books are like a lifelong art form.
And can I say what I told you I wanted to say at the Global Vision Conference that I forgot to say?
I
I was gonna
guess I don't
totally,
remember.
Johnny, if you're watching us right now, I don't know if you're watching us right now, but if you're watching us right now, what I mentioned, I totally, I see words as the most magical, most influential tool, most powerful tool, and most beautiful art on this planet. That's why I love lyrics. That's why I love poetry. Is because words in my mind are the most powerful. And even back in the day, way back in ancient times, it was illegal to have written word. It was illegal in many cultures for people to be educated and to be able to write. And it's because it's a power, and it's got magic in it. Is what people believe. Writing a spell, or you write a signature or an autograph, it's worth millions of dollars, depending on who you are. It's magic. So, you know with that being said, having the gift to be able to write, uh, and to be able to get it published, to offer that vision for others like Johnny does, to hold people's visions and to bring them with their words. It's like he is the biggest, truest magician out there. He's granting everybody's wishes. They're writing their words. He's helping them, be able to figure out and realize their worth, and realize truly, that their dream is meant to be, that their dream is you know really, really bigger than what they are told by the people around them, constantly telling them, oh, you can't do this, it's not good enough. Or like Caroline said, oh, your background's too green, is what publishing companies had told her, and why she couldn't be published by them with her background. But Johnny saw past all of that, and made miracles happen. And it really, people don't realize it. You have to have words written for every show, every movie, every anything you watch. uh Music, you have to write down, the bars, the different notes and everything.
Yeah, we had to get all of our
It's
captions together that we show on the
Yeah, got
screen
to
and
get our
everything.
captions together. My name, your name, this, everything.
Yes,
Words.
this is my art that you guys see
So
behind us.
so
Well,
yeah.
I think we've probably talked people's ear off enough for tonight, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
All
Well,
right, we'll be
anyways,
back next week.
yes, we will be back next week, and next week we will have another guest for you. Don't
As always.
don't want to tell you the secret now, but we're gonna find a guest for you to see that we have.
Well, I feel like I don't know. I feel like we always get to these points and I'm like, well, nothing can be as good as that was, but then it just like gets better. So
Yeah.
it's all about community. And honestly, I feel like we're going to make a full circle eventually and like have some of our previous guests on like down the line and some of our previous topics, like revisit them with new guests. Most definitely.
Mhm.
Like we got a lot. I have a lot working in my brain. Lord knows he has a lot working in his brain.
And we all have something working in our brains for all of these topics. We could all work on together. We could all talk about together and all
Yeah.
become one big happy community together.
And if you guys ever have any of our viewers ever have any ideas, be sure to hit us up in the DMs, hit us up on the email, wherever you can find us. Let us know. We'd love to hear you guys and talk to you guys. We'd love to have any and everyone on the show and have you talk about community building in whatever ways you think that is.
And if you guys would like to reach out to us for sponsorship ideas too, we can work that out with you, so you can have a 30-second or a 15-second video clip in on one of our shows.
Yes, most definitely.
Just reach out to us if you'd like to get some sort of advertisement out there for your business. So
yeah, definitely. Just reach out to us, whatever it is. But
yep.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate all of our live viewers. I know my mom was on, Alaska was on, Lisa, Dina started watching after. Thank you so much
Yari.
again, Dina. Yeah, Yari.
Yep.
Thank you,
all.
Blanca, and everybody. We love all
Celine
of you guys.
as well was on. Thank you all.
Awesome.
Claire
yes.
as well. I saw you guys reacted. Thank you.
Love you guys so much.
Love you guys. Have a wonderful week.
Oh, and Nina. Thank you guys. All right, we love all of you. We will let you get back to your regularly scheduled things besides us. All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.